Today we'll be turning some chaos into some calm. We'll be doing some Easter decorating because it's just around the corner. And we'll be baking some delicious gluten-free hot cross buns. I can't wait. You guys have to stay to the end of the video to check out this recipe. And of course, we've got plenty of cleaning and even a dinner recipe for you guys. We're also doing a grocery restock of some fruit, and we're making a little treat basket. So, welcome back to Ren+Us. If you're new here, my name's Amy and it is so nice to finally meet you. I live here in Tasmania with my 3 beautiful children. Johnny is my eldest, he is 12 years old. My middle child is Ren, who is 3, and my youngest is little baby Harriet, who is turning 2 in the next few months. I've also got 2 very funny little cats as well that you might see running around. So we're going to start off today by cleaning the kitchen. I want to do some decorating for Easter, but first of all I want to give the house a good clean to get us started. I'm definitely not someone who's naturally organised or tidy, but I find having a clean and tidy house really helps my mental health and just helps the family feel happy and calm and peaceful. And of course they're toddlers, so they're going to wreck the house pretty quickly anyway, but it just gets us off to a good start. I'm sorry guys, my voice is a bit croaky because I'm a bit under the weather. I definitely used to find that I would get really overwhelmed with cleaning and keeping up with the house. It's not something that came particularly easily to me, which surprised me. I always thought that being a stay-at-home mum would just be something really natural. I never really saw it as work or something that I had to actually learn how to do. But you know, my son's 12 and I feel like I'm just starting to get the hang of it, so it didn't take that long, I guess. But I feel like for some people it is something that does come naturally. But maybe not. Maybe it's got to do with how we're raised or what we're taught when we're kids. But having studied psychology now for a very long time, I don't think that's right. I think that there is something innate in our personalities. Yeah, we've all got different strengths and different weaknesses. And some of us are more conscientious, we're more organised, and some of us are more type B and maybe we're more creative and more open. And that's cool, like we're all different, that's great. And I think it's so easy to feel down about yourself and to lose confidence. And I suppose we kind of get to this place of learned helplessness. If there's things that society or just our life or ourselves demand of us, like a tidy home, like being on time, being organised. And if we can't easily accomplish those things as easily as other people can, it can make us feel unworthy, make us feel like there's something wrong with us. But in actual fact, there's not. It's just one of those things that we have to work on. We have to learn. We have to learn tips and tricks and ways and learn some self-improvement. And I can guarantee you that the people who are awesome at keeping a clean and tidy house, they probably have some other things that they're not so good at that maybe you're really good at. They might very well be jealous that you're someone who's easygoing, that you can actually let a bit of mess pile up without it taking over your life. They might be jealous that you do spend a lot of time playing with your kids, that you can be that fun, relaxed mum. And, you know, so often I find when I watch other creators' content, I end up feeling bad about myself because I feel like they can do all these amazing things and I feel like I should be able to do that, or I feel like maybe I'm not as good of a mother or as good of a homemaker as them. And I really, really, really do not want any of you guys to feel that way watching my content. I want you to feel inspired and I want you to feel loved and understood. That's what's really important to me. So I will always be honest with you guys. I will never give you fake content. And I'll always let you see my house as it is. Because I want you to go away feeling that you are not alone and you are worthy. And we can improve. I got these delicious apples from, I say delicious, I haven't actually even tried them yet. They just look delicious. They were from a friend, they're locally grown from her backyard, which is one of the wonderful things about living in Tasmania. In the countryside is we get beautiful fresh produce, and when it comes straight from someone as a gift, it is even better. The apples are even juicier. So I'm just doing a bit of a tidy up right now of our living area. We do have quite a small house, so it does get messy really quickly. But the good thing is that it can become unmessy pretty quickly as well. If you are someone who feels super overwhelmed when you look at your messy house, please don't worry. You don't have to do it all at once. So often when I film these videos, it's over a few days or I have to stop and start because my kids need something. If you do feel overwhelmed, just start with one tiny little thing. Just make it the easiest thing that you can do. The main thing is that you just start to get that little bit of momentum. So even if you just put a timer on and just say I'm going to clean for 30 seconds or a minute or 5 seconds, just anything, or just fold some clothes. Or if you can't do that, that's okay. Chances are you might need to rest, you might need to sleep, you might have just gone through something in your life that your body's processing and you can't necessarily get to cleaning right now, and that's okay. You know, I hear these days, so many content creators shaming mums for their house, and it really upsets me. I think that if you're brave enough to put your content out into the world, then other mums should be supportive. Most of these mums, they're trying to get their life together. They're trying to get their house clean and tidy, and you don't know their circumstances. You don't know what they've been through. And sometimes we do need a bit of a kick up the butt. I'm definitely one of those people. I respond well to harsh criticism, but you won't find that from me on this channel. I am a much more gentle person in giving help and advice and support. I'm not that harsh friend who'll tell you how it is. We all sort of need that friend, but I am not that friend. I think that everyone does the best with what they have at the time. And when we know better, we do better. I feel like I've sort of got this way of looking at the world because I used to watch a lot of Oprah. I am an only child, and I would spend a lot of school holidays with nothing else to do but watching Oprah. So yeah, I guess I sort of see the world maybe how she sees it in some ways. So I am going ahead now and cooking dinner. and I swear I'm so sorry, I've made this dish before, maybe twice on this channel. So I'm making a creamy chicken and tomato and, nope, that's it, bake. So I'm going to start by cutting some onions and also some garlic. I've got a pan there because I was planning on pre-cooking the garlic and the onion, but then I decided to just put it all in fresh because I've had a bit of a cold. Sometimes I just like to do some fresh garlic. And while that's cooking, I am going to finish cleaning up the living room, which is also the playroom. But I have got two small humans who are not on my team. And they are very much against me. Yep, there it goes. There goes all the cleaning work. So I've given up on that, and now I'm heading over to our fireplace. Winter is just around the corner for us here in Australia, and I'm so excited. I can't wait for winter. I just love waking up in the morning to a freezing cold, crisp day and going outside, collecting sticks, lighting a fire. It's just magical. So I'm just giving the fireplace a little bit of a tidy. We tend just to chuck like paper bags and things that we know will burn well in the fire for winter, and it's just gotten a bit out of control. So now I'm going to line this baking tray with baking paper, and I learned this great tip. You actually just soak or just wet the parchment paper, and then you can put it in the dish and it sticks to the corners much better. It's like the best trick I think I've ever learned. And then I've got 2 cans of tomato. I'm just going to put in some herbs. I think it's just basil, but you can put in like whatever herbs you like, and some fresh cream, and then chuck it in the oven. And I'm going to pair it with some mashed potatoes. I did manage to grow some potatoes a couple of years ago, but I really just fell off the wagon with gardening. Just having the little kids when they were really small before they could work, it was just impossible to get out into the garden and spend any amount of time out there. I tried to get back into it, but I had a little bit of a scare as I was putting my hand in the garden bed to dig something out. I wasn't wearing gloves, and I just looked, and literally probably a centimetre away from my finger was a funnel web spider. And if you don't know what a funnel web spider is, it is a deadly spider. It's got to be probably the deadliest in the world, I'd say. But yeah, it's definitely not something that you want to get bitten by. So that just made me real nervous because the kids were close by as well. So it is the evening time, and I'm making sure all my blinds are closed. I am big on safety. I watch a lot of true crime. I'm actually starting a true crime channel very soon, which I'm really excited about. And there we go. There is the finished product. And so now we're going to plate up our mashed potato and our chicken. And so now it is the next day, and I've just come home with a load of groceries, and I'm just switching over the bin. I sort of noticed that it was a bit stinky and it's pretty full, so yeah, we'll take that out. And so if you guys can hear anything in the background, there's just some vacuuming going on, so. And we're unloading the frozen stuff first. We go through a lot of icy poles at our house. We call them icy colds. It's just something that Johnny's always called them, and we've just continued the tradition. I tend to get a sore throat quite a bit, so I really like to eat them, and the little kids love them as well. So next we're going to unload the fridge stuff and just make sure that that doesn't stay out for too long. Okay, I can't remember if I asked you guys this in the last video or not, but if I did, no one's given me the answer. But do you guys, when you put your shopping on the conveyor belt, do you like organize it? Do you make it all like neat and organized? Because my mum never did this, I never did this. And I remember I was with a friend once, and their mum was doing some grocery shopping, and I started to help them put the groceries on the conveyor belt. Maybe I was like 11, and I just was like chucking them up there. And she's like, no, you have to have them all, organized and neat. And I was like, what? They're just going to go in the bag. But yeah, that's apparently a thing that some people do. So let me know, do you like organize your groceries on the conveyor belt? Or do you just chuck them up there? Because I actually found myself organizing them this time on the conveyor belt. And I was so proud of myself. But yeah, I don't know. And if you do organize them, please tell me, what's the point of organizing them? I would love to know. I feel like I'm missing out on some secret here. So now we're going to put everything away, and I'm going to wash my berries. Often I don't pre-wash my berries, but I've decided to start doing it because Harriet's really eating a lot of berries, and it just saves the time. She can just grab them straight out of the container. And I want to make sure that they get used as well. We are very fortunate to have fresh berries that grow on our land, but honestly I cannot keep up with the amount that she eats and picking them, so I do sometimes cheat and buy them. I like to put paper towels in the containers just to dry up any moisture that might be left over from the berries. And Ren's come looking for treats. Yay, he took a strawberry. It's always a win when I can get Ren to eat something healthy, but here we go. Here is the fun snack box. So we've got some Reese's and some photo frogs. And of course it's Easter, so some Easter eggs. Oh, and Ren has traded the strawberries for an Easter egg, of course. Well, it was good while it lasted. And some M&Ms. I don't like to go nuts with the decanting of things because honestly it does take a long time, and I feel like I've just got more washing to do if there's more jars. They can take up a lot of space. It's just like one more thing to have to deal with. So I try to find ways to make things look neat and nice without decanting everything. And I do have a video coming up in the next few weeks. I'm going to be redoing my pantry, and I'm going to be redoing it in a way where there's not loads and loads of decanting, but it's still going to look lovely and neat and tidy, but it is going to be realistic and it's not going to really cost anything. So if that's something that you are interested in, make sure that you hit the notification bell so you don't miss it. So now it's time to put out our Easter decorations. And my camera fell over. I just left it in because I thought it was funny. And I got this really cute little vase. I just thought it was so cute and farmy. I'm actually going to go buy some local flowers and pop them in here. We're really lucky to have a flower stand close by that's got beautiful, beautiful flowers for like $10. It's amazing. And my little bunny. So all of this stuff I just got really, really inexpensively at what we call it here, the reject shop. It's like the Dollar Tree, Dollar General, I think you guys call it in the US. Just really affordable little knickknacks. I don't like to spend too much money on decorations that are just for a season. Honestly, I just have better things to spend my money on. And you can get such nice stuff for really affordable prices. And there's my little bunny. He's so cute. And I think this guy was about like $5 or $6, so that really wasn't too bad. And honestly, if you don't have a spare $5, don't stress. You can do things like just trace like a bunny on a piece of paper, cut him out, put some paint on him. Or you can paint an egg with some nice watercolors. And this little bunny picture, I thought it was such a good idea just to pop it over the light switch there. Or PowerPoint, I should say. And again, I just got him from our reject shop. He was just a few dollars and he's so cute. I kind of want to leave him up all year. Wasn't sure what to do with this guy, so I decided to put him on the front as like a little wreath. We usually use this for our Christmas wreath, but I don't have an Easter one. I might actually get one because the problem is the back of it is just like plain board and it kind of steals some of the sunlight. So I think I might go and get a wreath instead. I keep wanting to call them wreaths. And of course a little Easter tea towel. Again, I got this, it was like $2 and it is super, super cute and it's got that lovely little farmhouse feel to it. And the kids chose this pinwheel. I shouldn't say chose, I should say stole it. We did pay for it, but they grabbed it and refused to let it go. So I thought, a couple of dollars and it is pretty cute. But here we go. So now we're going to slow things down a bit and we are going to make some gluten-free Easter buns. And I am so excited to share this recipe with you guys. I might have a hard time with the voiceover here because it was last year, but we'll go for it. So I shot this last year and I just didn't have time to put it up. So I've kept it aside and I've just been so excited to share this recipe with you guys all year because these they're gluten-free and yeast-free Easter buns are just so tasty and it is so hard to find good yeast-free, gluten-free recipes for this kind of stuff. So here we go. So we're going to start with buttermilk. And I'm going to say it looks like I'm putting a cup in. Yep. No, more. Oh. I'm going to say it's probably about, yep, just under 2 cups. Just under 2 cups of buttermilk. And we're so lucky we've got 4 beautiful chickens that provide us with eggs for most of the year. So you just need one egg and whip it up in the buttermilk. I just can't believe how small Harriet is. When I was first looking at this, I wasn't sure if it was Harriet or Ren, but Harriet. So I do have a bread maker. You do not need a bread maker for this recipe, but I had it. So I just thought that I would use it and I'm just going to use it to make some dough. I think I'm going to put it on dough. And some gluten-free self-raising flour. Two cups. That's 4 cups. 4 cups. And guys, please let me know if you want more cooking videos like this one, if you don't mind things a bit slowed down, or if you prefer just like the sped up cooking videos. And we're gonna go and put in a little bit of baking soda. You don't need a lot, just I think a teaspoon. Go for half a teaspoon, it has a strong flavour. Guys, what am I putting in now? Is that sugar? Yeah, go ahead and chuck some brown sugar in. Oh, and here we go. This is... what is that? Oh, xanthan gum. Go ahead and put in 2 teaspoons of xanthan gum. I told you I was going to have a hard time with this voiceover, trying to remember how I make things. And then we've got some mixed spice. And some cinnamon. And I am a bit of a child. I like choc chips in my Easter buns, not dried fruit. So feel free to use fruit if you like. Or if you're a child like me, go ahead and use choc chips. And then give all of that a stir in. And then you can go ahead and mix your dry ingredients with your wet ingredients. If you've got a mixer, you can go ahead and mix it as a dough, or you can go ahead and mix by hands. It really doesn't make a difference. And I'm putting in a huge amount of butter. Go for salted butter if salt is not a problem for you. And of course, if you want it to be vegan, use egg replacement and a butter replacement. I gotta say, I haven't used my bread maker in a little while and I really need to get back into it because I used to love baking bread. So here we go, we've got our dough. There is definitely nothing quite like the smell of fresh baking bread. And and it makes you feel like a legit homemaker. Oh, baby arms. So go ahead and knead your dough. I'm going to preheat your oven at that magical 180 to 200 Celsius, that is. Fahrenheit, I don't know off the top of my head, but whatever you usually bake on is probably what you should bake on. Then we're going to roll our dough into balls. And I'll tell you right now, guys, buttermilk is an absolute savior in the kitchen for gluten-free recipes. Gluten-free, yeast-free recipes, I should say. And if you want me to do more gluten-free, yeast-free baking, please let me know, because I know it is a tricky one. And I'll be honest, stuff doesn't always come out perfectly. Oh my god, the smile. So now we're going to make the paste to make the crosses on the hot cross buns with. It's just a mix of flour and water until you get a paste. Oh, and there's little Ren. With his blankie. He still has his blankie, he still loves it. And then if you don't have a piping bag, I think that's what it's called, right? A piping bag. If you don't have one of those, don't worry. Just use a plastic bag like I am and chop a little hole in the bottom side, in the bottom corner. And make your crosses. If you rather, you can actually just do this with icing once you've baked your hot cross buns, just regular cake icing if you want it to be a little sweeter, but I like to do it this way. It's just more traditional. And there we go. Pop them in the oven. And then we're going to go ahead and make our icing. I'm just using apricot jam or marmalade and putting it in the microwave for a few minutes, or probably about a minute and a half, until it gets like a nice glaze. Technically the recipe calls for you to use a brush and brush it over, but at the time I didn't have a baker's brush, so I just drizzled, which actually I kind of prefer. It sort of makes it look a lot more rustic. And there you go, warm Easter buns. And taste test. Well, Harriet seems pretty happy. I was genuinely surprised by how good they were. And this is giving me a reminder to make them this year as well. And seriously, if you've got a friend or a relative who is gluten-free, they will really appreciate these Easter buns, especially if they can't have yeast as well, because it is so hard to find tasty, yeast-free, gluten-free Easter buns. And it's time for the Ren test. And Ren is so picky with his food, so if he likes this, they must be good. Yep. Oh, yeah, we have got a 5-star review from Ren. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you and your family have a beautiful Easter. I will be thinking about you and wishing you all a happy and safe Easter. Thank you so much for watching. Lots of love. Remember, life is short. Life is now. Happy Easter.